I funded the Magic Tower in preparation for siege wars like this. It's the Phoenix Magic Tower's role to bring them down, members of the Phoenix. Our chance to repay our Lord for his kindness is here. Phoenix Magic Tower Felix, let's show them all why the Phoenix is the 13th tower of the continent. We'll use amplification magic to surpass the current flare's limit and attack them. Activate fire amplification magic. azurascans.com. Guard Captain. Defense Magic Circle number 1's durability is dropping rapidly. It won't be able to last long at this rate. The mages that belong to a magic tower are supposed to be neutral. Yet they're participating in this war. Beyond that, what is with those numbers? How are they so powerful? Activate the emergency defense system. Even if we have to use up all our mana crystals on the defense magic circle, we must do whatever it takes to protect the durability from dropping. Where did so many mages come from? Not long ago, the Phoenix Magic Tower established itself within the Dimitri territory. 111, a magic tower that advocates neutrality. Established itself within the Dimitri territory. They have all sworn fealty to Dimitri. If the Dimitris have decided to become the Sword of Cairo, then isn't it natural that the Phoenix Magic Tower also shows the same loyalty? Prepare the second round of amplification magic. azurascans.com. A group of people who are warmly welcomed no matter where they go in this continent have sworn their loyalty to a mere noble family. The Dimitri territory has already The king's decision was the correct one. This war will end with the royal faction's victory. Burn it all down. Vid azurascans.com too. After the sunset, the battle died down. Help. And soldiers of the both sides went to rest. And how long can we hold out? If attacks like today's are repeated in the future, we will not be able to stand out for 10 days. Any days. Is that all we are capable of? What happened to Viscount Owen and Baron Winston? The assembled forces of the aristocrat faction have arrived at the entrance of the northeastern region. What to the probability that Dimitri's strategy will fail? We will definitely succeed. Baron Winston is a commander whom the whole faction is proud of. The crowd gathered by Dimitri, we can win in 3 days. Deception and attack right, we can't just rely on the Imperial faction. I will transfer all power to Baron Winston, and we must make sure that he brings victory. If we go a little further in this area, we will reach Count Adelian's estate. According to what I just heard from main forces, it is at least 10 days far. In fact, even if we go directly to Dimitri, there may be not enough time. A meaningless fight will make the situation only worse. In such case we should keep battle to minimum. Of aristocrat faction Baron Winston. The shortest path, walk past these 3 territories: Adelian, Dimitri, Cypherscans, Conrad, Rollo, Adelian, Rollo. Conrad. They are not Dimitri's supporters. Their forces were absorbed during the northern battle. Unlike many who follow Dimitri in the northeast, the possession of Adelian is a commercial city, so they will not want to break ties with the central government. They will try to be neutral. However, Baron Rollo and Viscount Conrad still have a tooth against Dimitri family. Alright then, contact the lord of these 3 territories. Tell them that if they can open the path for us, they will receive the appropriate reward. An hour later, 3 territories accepted the proposal of the aristocrat faction. Commander, do you trust the Northeast aristocrat faction? Cypherscans. What if they set a trap on Special? I know. Even if it's a trap, entire elite Dimitri is under besiege of Benedict, so, the only remaining troops are the ruffians from the border. Do you think they can win, the elite troops of the aristocrat faction? This is impossible. When the terrain is open on all sides, like now. Even if the whole northeastern region breaks here, it can be suppressed by force. He knows everything. I knew the people from the Western Front are different. Baron Winston. Aristocrat faction of Marquis Benedict are traitors. Commander Jonathan, if you don't stand down now, you'll be charged with rebellion. Commander, do not talk nonsense. Marquis Benedict is not a traitor. Listen to my offer. If you calmly let us through, Marquis will show great generosity and accept you. And if you show hostility, right here and now, all of you will die. Mr. Knox, please. Understood. Magician of Fifth Circle Knox. Glava Dalge Stilda DGLDALS Fire Cannon of. Ha. All forces attack. Ka. It can't be. I have never encountered an army this strong on the Western Front. Ugh. HAA. Shura sword technique Froa the Nigget of a remote area, I. From the night of a remote area I. A week later at Benedict's castle. The wall have collapsed. Restore it faster. If this continues, we will not last long. What happened to Baron Winston? Why has not he contacted us yet? We have been contacted by an officer of Baron Winston. The thing is, the army that attacked Dimitri was destroyed, and Baron Winston died on the battle. Everything is over. Baron Winston's army is completely destroyed, and no one will be surprised if Benedict's castle falls at any moment. We have also lost contact with the aristocrats of the imperial faction. So what could be better than open the gates and surrender right now? Surrender. What's the point of doing that? By this time, Roman has completely defeated the forces opposing him. Marquis Benedict. Maybe it's time now to unite with the empire itself, and not its faction. What do you mean? The battle is over anyway. Instead of waiting for our death, let's survive even if we have to become a colony of Emperor. Contact Kronos right now, I will personally conduct the negotiations. Empire of Koronos Baron Charltonham, we are cooperating with Count Gregory, not with you Marquis Benedict. Is there a reason we need you? Cairo's royal family has started a large-scale purge, and the Count Gregory and the Count of Denver, who followed the empire, were imprisoned. Nothing will change for the Kronos Empire. Does it matter for an empire who takes action? You say really interesting things. Well, I'll listen to you once. Cypherscans, what do you want Kronos to do for you? Please attack Cairo's Western Front. Immediately after acceptance of the offer by Kronos. In just 12 hours. 3 of the front lines, 2 of them were breached. Long time no see, Your Majesty the King, did you like my gift? What is the meaning of this? Why drag the empire into problems within the kingdom? I could not do anything about it. Aren't we supposed to do something to survive? Make your choice, King Cairo. Abandon Cairo and overthrow me. Or defend your kingdom by sending forces to the Western Front. Think carefully. I hope as a king you will make the right decision. Cypherscans Marquis Benedict. I once used to call him uncle. And now he driven me. No, whole kingdom Cypherscans on the verge of destruction. If I revoke the attack on Benedict's castle and aristocrat faction, and shift my forces to the defense of the Western Front, the kingdom of Cairo can survive. Cypherscans, but the survival of aristocrat faction will become even more brazen by hiding behind Kronos's back. Simon. Yes. Let me remain a weak and incapable king, but I will not go into his Troy as a traitor of my motherland. Contact Roman Dimitri now. Marquis Benedict concluded an alliance with the Kronos Empire. The second line of the Western Front has already fallen. It's a matter of time when the third line will fall. Cypherscans. The elimination of the aristocrat faction is a very important issue, Cypherscans, but we can't let the Empire's army do whatever they want. You will regret in the future if you can't suppress the entire rebellion at once. I understand. Cypherscans. But the horror that has graved the West will soon swallow the whole kingdom. Your Majesty. We were ready for this from the moment we decided to clean. It doesn't matter if it's Count Gregory or the Marquis Benedict. Cypherscans. What do you think will happen if you leave the enemies who sell their own homeland? Cypherscans. Now it's just one step back. But in the future, to get back a step forward, you will have to sacrifice a lot of people. Perhaps Daniel Cairo was born in peacetime, Cypherscan he could be a good king. But he still can't accept reality lulu.wawal.alnat. Cypherscans, and this is exactly what is needed for fighting in such dark times. Cypherscans, unlike the two previous front lines of the Western Front, a capable army is placed in front of the third. In addition, Kronos prepared for this attack in a hurry, Cypherscans, and they were not able to mobilize all the combat power. Cypherscans, trust your commander-in-chief, T, if they can hold on for some time. Then in 3 days I'll deal with the entire faction of Marquis Benedict. Cypherscans, I will reach the Western Front and stop the attack of the Kronos Empire. Cypherscans, okay. 3 days, by whatever the cost, punish all the rebel. Roman moved the troops in the night when the aristocrat faction loosed their vigilance. Cypherscans, they blocked the road of return from Benedict's castle, waiting until the magic shield on the fortress walls reaches its limit. Chief Commander, Cypherscans, let me stand on the front. www. I found out that Roman is one of those who fairly reward what they deserve. Cypherscans, I was a member of the aristocrat faction. But he refused to follow the order for collection. And decided to follow you. Cypherscans, give us a chance to prove our loyalty. Cypherscans, he still looks like him. The blood demon was different by unlimited devotion. The mad demon was driven by the desire of becoming strong. But the two-faced demon has changed as much as 3 masters. Before rising to the rank of 4 King of Heaven, and he was a rather quirky old man. Cypherscans. He fought for life until the last, Cypherscans, and he stayed next to the ultimate peak winner Junhek. You don't need to show a fake smile in front of me. Cypherscans, if you prove your usefulness, I will close my eyes to your past. Cypherscans. In this war to the front lines, will be you Fabius. The next day, having learned about the support of the Kronos Empire, the soldiers of the aristocrat faction were much bigger in spirit and filled with pride. Cypherscans. Cypherscans. It's my turn to repay the Lord for his faith. Cypherscans. Oh, this is the secret weapon of the magical Phoenix Tower. Of Combustion 201-3139A. Cypherscans 000. Cypherscans, what the hell? Look over there. Cypherscans, fiery rain. Run. Cypherscans. Ah. Deploy the shield. Cypherscans. The magic shield has broken. Cypherscans. The castle wall has collapsed. Follow me. SMC 10911. Do not spare any of those evil rebels. Oat. Cypherscans. Cypherscans. Acceleration Cypherscans. Fabius took up the task that others would try to avoid. Cypherscans. And by risking his life he proved his value is not small. No one would have condemned him if he had stayed behind the soldiers like the other aristocrats. Cypherscans, but with this choice he put his life on the game. Cypherscans, ha. Ha. Cypherscans, I played my role. From here on, it's time for Dimitri's role. And it's Roman Dimitri. The demon of Cairo has appeared. Kill him by any means. A demon, huh? I like it. 4.04 Cypherscans. Cypherscans F. He's a demon incarnate. Ka. Truly a unbelievable monster. Things are really bad. The troops have broken through the castle wall. Cypherscans. The defense magic had exhausted its power. And the soldiers sent by each family have been killed by Roman Dimitri. We need immediately. Arg. Cypherscans, do you hear me? Marquis Benedict and the other traitors. Rest assured, you will not have any chance of survival. So fight to the bitter end. Even if you kneel down and bow your head, and bruised into tear until your throat breaks, Cypherscans, I will still punish you and your 3 Genradians for betraying your motherland. Wait, we will meet really soon. 10 years ago we can't endanger people's lives by fighting against the Empire. But, Your Highness, you can go now. Cairo used to be unable to make quick decisions because of the incompetent king, and therefore, the pro-imperials who follow Valhalla and Kronos expanded their influence and in winning control of Cairo. and at the funeral of the queen who was his sister. I heard she died because of a disease in the Benedict's family. Mau bagamanalagi, Parawatan yang diteramania di Karajan Kessel ini kurang mumpuni. Bukanka dia setidaknya masih bisa diselamatkan asalkan menggunakan teknologi berkembang kekazaran. Mungkul pemikiran di dalam benak Marquis Benedict. Tentangakan ka Cairo baik-baik saja kalau. Teras seperti ini. I can't trust the Cairo's royal family anymore. We will build our own power. To bring Cairo on the right path. Nobles of Cairo, follow me. That was the beginning of the Nobel faction, and of course the initial focus changed over time. Marquis Benedict started to take over the throne. Where did the things go wrong to end up in this mess? Roman Dimitri. He made my plans to take control over Cairo into noting. My death will be absolute if I stay like this. First of all we should run and hide. While asking for help from Kronos Empire to turn things around. Move quickly. The noble faction will end if we get caught. It's been a while. I've been waiting for a long time. Marquis Benedict, TCH. Attack quickly. Quickly kill him. AF. Protect the Marquis. Kurg, Quayak. Cock. Cook, please help. Hack, where are you going? Useless dogs. Cook. Quayak. Ugh, ah. Just play with me as much as you want. The most important thing is to survive this hell-like situation. I will definitely get revenge. Over there. Cook. There is no way he could escape. Find him. Even though the throne of the Cairo kingdom is right before me, but V002 everything is fucked up because of these people. I will get my revenge. The insult I received today. Viscount Owen. Don't you feel something weird when you ran away? In me and it was impossible that we could escape from the beginning. He is getting closer. Did he found me? No. Just come off. This bastard, think I didn't know that you were hiding there. I follow you because I trust you as a leader. You're miserable right now. This is based on. Come out. It's Marquis Benedict. He ran away alone. 717 son of a bitch. Die, you bastard. This is not fair. Do you know how much I've sacrificed? How much for this kingdom to get this kind of treatment? I am the man who defended Cairo from its destruction. When that incompetent king comes to the power. If that's you, can you serve a king like him with all your heart? The Kronos Empire always passed through the border of Cairo. Because inside the Cairo kingdom there are traitors. Tell me, am I wrong? I don't blame your decision. Perhaps Cairo have indeed survived the long subjugation of the Kronos Empire, but look at the results. What do you get? Nothing changed in the power even though you formed a noble faction. Your action was not for the security of the kingdom. If I am not wrong, it's called the greater purpose. Lee, it's not a shame when you bow down your head to save the weak, but think carefully about what you are throwing away. Please forgive me. I am willing to serve the royal family. No, Dimitri family starting now. It's too late. This is the end. Strongest power. Royal Palace Cairo. Roman Dimitri said, he has already beheaded Marquis Benedict. He did it. Now is not the time to celebrate that. The movements of Kronos Empire are a little weird. Tell this to Roman Dimitri. I'll definitely give him the highest reward later. But make sure to go directly to the Western Front. Western Front 3rd Defense Line by His Majesty's command. If we can hold out for just 3 days, we will have quelled the rebellion, and Roman Dimitri will be sent to the Western Front. Please, hold on a little longer. Your prediction was right. Flora. A standout figure and a well-known person on the Western Front. After her meeting with Roman, Flora left Florence and enrolled in the Royal Academy. Afterward, she studied tactics and volunteered as a staff officer on the Western Front. She became the first female staff officer in Cairo. Though her appointment was highly unusual, sparking various opinions, she began to be recognized as she proved her capabilities. It's practically impossible to quell the Count's rebellion within 3 days. We should prepare for a long-term battle. Head of Staff, Baron Noel. Even if we do quell the rebellion, using warp gates will take at least a day or 2 for travel. How does that make sense? You all are right. Western Front Commander, Count Vandenberg. Worst case scenario, we might not be able to quell the rebellion. But I have a different opinion. How can you assure that? From my direct experience, he is a person who cannot be judged by common standards. That's an unfounded judgment. Kronos is also pressed for time. Before Duke Benedict collapses, they have to invade Cairo's territory. Now, there is only one method. This is Kronos' attack pattern so far. When they invade as a warning, they induce melee combat. But when they need a decisive victory like this time, they mobilize war mages. We are already aware of this. Given that the Kronos Empire owns 7 mage towers in the Empire, Kronos, it's likely they'll try something new to amplify the mages' power. We need to eliminate this variable of mages. Mages are vulnerable in defense during spell casting, thus they need to cast spells from a safe distance. We must anticipate where the mages will cast and lay a magic trap there. That's impossible. Test first off, we can't know their precise location, and mages can sense the location with mana. Therefore, we must propose a Grand Warrior battle. What? That's right. If we engage in a Grand Warrior battle, we will inevitably have to move troops. This way, it will be possible to pinpoint the mages' locations. How will you handle mana detection? That's where the role of the warrior who will participate in the Grand Warrior battle becomes crucial. If the warrior manifests their aura to the maximum, thickening the surrounding mana concentration, even mages won't be able to detect magical traps. Be indeed. Nil last. The issue is who will step up as the Grand Warrior. Tola. Honestly, the chances of survival are slim. I will participate in the Grand Warrior battle. Someone has to do it. So please allow me to step forward, Master. Rodwell. Understood. In this Grand Warrior battle, Rodwell Dimitri, you will be the one to step forward. Why are you always so eager to take on such dangerous tasks? Your service time ended long ago, why are you still here? WM. In my opinion, you're not normal. Thinking of the future, you, who will eventually become a commander, must not die here. This is a necessary task for me. Flora, what? What was the Roman you experienced like? At first, I couldn't accept the changed you and denied it. But now, I acknowledge you and plan to do anything to surpass you. Which is why I extended my service. Ava, but why are you still here? I'm here to avoid repeating the same mistakes. Let's stop this conversation. Getting the question back really snaps me back to reality. Anyway, win at all costs. I hope you survive. I am Rodwell Dimitri of the Kingdom of Cairo. I challenge the Kronos Empire to a duel of warriors. Sigh. Today, I might die. From now on, it's a matter of life and death. My name is Osbert. I'll be your opponent. Finn unranked 3-star swordsman Osbert. Unlike Cairo, where reaching the level of 3 stars makes one a ranker, begin. In the Kronos Empire, even those at the very bottom of the rankings were 4-star swordsmen. Ugh. You dare. The worlds they live in are indeed different from Cairo. Finish it. Die. Predictable outcome. I cannot close the gap with my brother. But still, I will. Fight till the end. If you don't dodge, you'll lose your eyes. But dodging means defeat. Get lost, Cairo bastards. Has the plan succeeded? Yes, absolutely. Prepare Flair and the magicians. Commander Kronos Count Fabio, War Mage. Flora, when do you plan to detonate the magic traps? Premature detonation might give the enemy time to prepare. If they get more than 300 m away from the magic trap, we won't be able to kill them in one strike. As planned, the margin of error is within 100 m. Detonating the traps then will leave the magicians incapacitated due to mana backflow. Got it. I'll give the signal. Now, detonate them. These petty beings are really struggling. Soldiers of Kronos, listen. Show those who dare oppose the Empire what Kronos Empire truly stands for. Attack. Block them. Push down the ladders. Don't lose focus. They've lost their magicians, we have the advantage. Don't fall back. The moment the Western Front collapses, our families in Cairo will be in danger. The battle raged on until the next day. The Kronos Empire, seemingly close to breaching the fort, began to lose ground as time passed. On the third day, Lord Roman Dimitri's army arrived at the Western Front. Seeing the army led by Roman, the Kronos Empire's forces retreated. Thanks to you, we've been able to catch our breath. So that means... Not yet. Now, we need to gather our forces. Why? The nobles allied with Kronos have fallen, and after their failed siege, the enemy should soon retreat. Oh, may I ask why? Of the enemy has trespassed on Cairo's territory. If we become accustomed to being trampled by Kronos till now, it's time to show a different attitude. His Majesty the King has entrusted me with full authority over this matter. So, gather the troops and prepare to open the gates. We will chase the retreating empire's forces and drive them back. The last time I remember Roman, he was a drunkard, living a life completely detached from swordsmanship, always getting into trouble at bars, and often hauled away by the guards. But in such a short time, how can a person change this much? I lived with the sole aim of elevating our family's name on the Western Front. But Roman, in an instant, made everything I achieved seem meaningless. People used to call me the future of Dimitri, but was it all just a futile struggle? What benefit does pursuing and slaughtering the Kronos Empire bring to Cairo? The soldiers on the Western Front have endured a grueling schedule these past few days. Opening the city gates now is practically a death sentence. The Western Front is a strategic point. Our mission isn't to annihilate the Kronos Empire's forces, but to protect the safety of Cairo. Why needlessly provoke a larger conflict? Is this really the best course of action you all can think of? You all know the truth. Kronos is engaged in a conflict with the Southern Kingdom's alliance. Kronos-Cairo Southern Alliance. The enemies cannot commit their full forces here. The Kingdom of Cairo will no longer stand by and watch the atrocities of the Kronos Empire. The significance of this decision is sufficient in itself. So, what should I do? Roman Dimitri. He's always been consistent. I thought he might have changed a bit from his reckless days, but I can't be like him. I heard that Rodwell was injured in the eyes during this battle. It's nothing to worry about. Thanks to that, we could deal with Kronos mages. If it weren't for you, the Western Front wouldn't have held until my arrival. Rodwell Dimitri, my brother. What? What are you saying all of a sudden? Just like I've formed new relationships in my current life, I will approach Rodwell. He might not welcome me yet, but remember this one thing. If you follow me tomorrow, I'll show what it costs to mess with a Dimitri. As retribution for taking your eyes, the Kronos Empire will have to pay with many lives. So remember, we are brothers. The rebellion led by Duke Benedict has completely failed. Baron Charlton of the Diplomatic Corps. With the royal army's arrival at the Western Front, it would be wise for you to retreat, Count Fabio. That bastard Benedict. To think he couldn't hold the Western Front for even a day. Baron Charlton, I cannot flee just like that. We too have suffered considerable losses over these days. My honor does not permit me to run. I understand Count Fabio's sentiments. But currently, the Kronos Empire is focused on the conflict with the Kingdom Alliance. If Count Fabio loses even a small part of his forces, the impact will inevitably be felt in the south. Please consider your options carefully. Ugh, damn it. Understood. As soon as day breaks tomorrow, I'll order the troops to retreat. The next day, Commander, to prepare for any eventuality, I suggest we leave some scouts behind. No need for that. But, if they do send a pursuit team as you say, I would actually be grateful. It would give us a chance to defeat them and collapse the Western Front. Oh. Commander. The enemy has appeared. They are attacking us from the rear. What did you say? Just as expected. Those fools from Cairo have made a grave mistake. I command the soldiers of Kronos. Slay all these clueless fools. The whole army. Attack. The previous night, as we expected, the Kronos Empire's army is preparing to retreat. Our plan is simple. As the enemy maintains a long column, we will split our forces into two and attack both the center and rear simultaneously. Central attack, I will go with Lord Well and Chris to attack the center. Rear attack, while Duke Vandenberg, you and Chief of Staff Flora move to the rear. It's a good plan, but splitting our forces could be very risky. Especially, the rear might be more dangerous. Once the attack in the center progresses to some extent, I will send Chris and other soldiers to support the rear. By cutting through the center and plunging the enemy into chaos, we can push forward and secure a complete victory. Cairo will undoubtedly win. You idiots. Get a grip. Indeed, the soldiers of an empire accustomed to invasion are of a different caliber. At this rate, we are at a disadvantage. Do not retreat. Show the tenacity of Cairo to these merciless imperial soldiers. Meanwhile, in stark contrast to Vandenberg's struggling forces, a one-sided massacre was unfolding in the center. Sura's battle tactics. This is insane. He looks like just a regular soldier. How can he use aura like this? Ag. Creek. What's this? Dimitri's soldiers are not just confronting the renowned soldiers of the Empire but overwhelming them. It's not that this soldier is special, but all of Dimitri's soldiers have become monsters. My brother, Roman Dimitri. If you follow me tomorrow, I'll show you what it means to mess with Dimitri's men. I didn't understand what that meant at the time, but now I think I do. Chris. Yes. We'll split our forces into two as planned. You take command and head to the rear. I will stop the approaching Kronos Empire forces from this side. Understood. Second unit, follow me from now. Are you really going to leave? We're starting to get pushed back. Commander. Got it. Troops, form a shield wall. Shield wall. What's going on? Why are they forming a defensive formation after launching a surprise attack? Yo! Our forces are coming. Break the shield wall and attack the enemy. Let's show them the strength of Dimitri. As expected of Roman Dimitri's knight. With such a small force, he's overpowering the Kronos Empire. Useless fools, move aside. Kronos Empire 3-star swordsman. You're my opponent. But. Cairo's flash. A moment for a renowned entity to fully assert its presence on the continent. Central region of the Kronos Empire. This is unbelievable. Commander. The situation is bad in the rear too. At this rate, we might face total annihilation. Damn, first take care of that thorn in our side, Roman Dimitri. If we can take him down and then quickly move to the rear. This crazy guy. Is he planning to break through our soldiers and kill me? Stop him. I'll take him on. Gustavo, the commander of the 10th Night Squad of Kronos. Ranked 78th in the continent. TH in Kronos. He's stronger than Nicholas. Arg. Arg. Despite being coordinated with Aura Knights, he's unshaken. Roman Dmitri, more dangerous than I thought. If we let this guy live, who knows how the tide of this war might turn. Even if it means employing forbidden magic, I must deal with any threat to the Empire. Light Hage. Strange. Is he using the innate energy right now? K innate. That refers to a type of energy that cannot be artificially accumulated, but is the life energy one is born with. In my past studies of the continent, there was no known method to harness innate energy in this world. If I had encountered this man a year ago, it would have been dangerous. He's blocking it. FAA Celestial Evil Technique. Wait. Stop. Have lost. Arg. You bastard. I am a noble of the Empire. Even in the midst of war, do you think you can handle the consequences of killing a noble of the Empire? You'll spend your life trembling in fear of the Empire's assassins. I am well aware of the consequences of my choices. Alright, I surrender. So. Stop. It's over now. Ah. He's planning to kill me. The rear area, what's that? What caused that explosion? Don't worry. The situation the commander fears won't happen. How can you be so sure? Of that signal flare means. Roman Dmitri did it. Kingdom of Cairo. Oh, my God. Shri. No. There was a skirmish in the west, and we assassinated Count Fabio, a commander of Kronos. Afterwards, we captured all the remaining troops. What about our losses? Thanks to Roman Dimitri's efforts, our losses are minimal. He did more than his fair share. Now we must conclude negotiations with the Kronos Empire properly. Ensure the safety of the Kronos Empire's prisoners. We must finish this matter without further casualties. As you command. Western Plains 00. Make sure the surroundings are well organized. 7. Understood. Lord Roman, 700. Could you spare a moment? I apologize for always being the one to voice opposition. I wanted to express my apologies and gratitude to Lord Roman. Thanks to you, the Western Front was secured. Baron Noel, you're a good man. No, blind trust on the battlefield is a deadly poison. Opposing views are absolutely necessary. Baron Noel simply did what he had to do. I appreciate your words. Now that we've secured prisoners, we should have the upper hand in negotiations with the Empire. No. The negotiations won't be promising. The Empire will never agree to negotiate. They always invade other countries' borders first and resort to force, so they will make unreasonable demands now that they've been attacked in return. In conflicts between nations, the pretext is important, but even that is meaningless before the logic of power. What matters to them is the fact that the Cairo Kingdom, a minor country, defeated them. So what should we do? This is something we eventually have to deal with. For the Cairo Kingdom to move forward, 411. The one who steps back will have to bear the full brunt of the damage. We must fight another war called negotiation. Cairo Kingdom, as the representative of His Majesty the Emperor, I will state the position of Kronos. Baron Charlton of the Foreign Ministry. The reason Kronos Empire attacked Cairo this time was at the request of Duke Benedict. However, since the principal figure of the pretext, Duke Benedict, was defeated, we thought we made our position clear by retreating our troops. But what did Cairo do? Not content with attacking retreating Kronos, he brutally killed Count Fabio and Commander Gustavo, valuable talents of our nation. We were at war. Was it wrong to punish the enemy? Yes, it was wrong. Therefore, the Empire expects to receive appropriate compensation. 10 Kronos was the one who attacked first. If it comes to this, Cairo will formally raise the issue in the international community. Do as you please. Kronos may have prisoners, but it will not accept any negotiation. A choice. Instead, we offer you a choice. Roman Dmitri. We must take one of his arms. If he personally comes to the Empire, offers his arm, and kneels in apology, the Empire will no longer pursue this matter. If you refuse, it's full-scale war with Kronos. You have 10 days, to state your position within that time. Our nation's weakness subjects us to such humiliation. Your Majesty, Kronos' empire aims to eliminate Roman Dmitri now, fearing he'll become a threat later. This is known to everyone present here, as well as all the citizens of Cairo. But if we abandon him to save ourselves, there will no longer be citizens who loyally serve the kingdom. Summon Roman Dmitri. We need to discuss this directly with him. 2 days later this situation has arisen. What should we do? If we accept Kronos' proposal, Cairo will inevitably become a vassal state of Kronos. I will personally go to the Empire to resolve this issue. Please send me as an envoy to the Empire. I forbid it. Kronos is seeking punishment for you now. Going to Kronos under these circumstances, in the worst case, you could lose your life. Ahem, may I make a suggestion? Speak. Lord Roman knows how to resolve this issue. And His Majesty the King of Cairo believes that it's too risky for Lord Roman to go to the Kronos Empire. Then, shouldn't someone capable of properly conveying Cairo's stance depart for the Empire? Count Fabius. Are you saying you'll become the envoy to Kronos yourself? Exactly. I will represent Cairo, and convey our stance to the barbaric Kronos Empire. Cairo's raccoon demon CIMikes.org has offered a new path. Perhaps Fabius is indeed the right person for this. Fabius is among the top political figures in Cairo. He knows how to read the situation and make quick, bold decisions that benefit him. His capabilities are genuine. Entering the Kronos Empire, he might risk his life from the start. Are you willing to take all those risks? I will do my utmost to complete the mission perfectly. What do you think, Roman Dmitri? Fabius. You must have a purpose for volunteering as an envoy. Tell me what you want. You must have volunteered for the diplomatic mission with a purpose in mind. Demoncomics.org. Tell me what you desire. You cannot blindly trust a defector like myself, but I promise you on this occasion, I, Fabius, wish to live my life for Lord Roman henceforth. Please consider my choice for this diplomatic mission as a step towards proving my loyalty. I do not expect to be treated the same as Lord Roman's people. Just make use of Count Fabius in a beneficial way going forward. By Lord Roman's side, if I can live as a powerful figure with wealth and honor, I am willing to do anything. Count Fabius's proposition. Astonishingly candid. Please accept me. No, on the contrary, being able to say this shows that you've seen through the essence of our lord-vassal relationship. The more I see, the more I like it. Count Fabius. Demoncomics.org. As one of my people, you will enjoy everything you desire. A few days later. Cairo diplomatic mission. Count Fabius, how can you betray those you served and still survive? Honestly, I don't understand. Normally, one would completely fail dozens of times, but you, in the end, have survived by the side of those in power, haven't you? Hey, people misunderstand that. There's romance in betrayal. Romance. For those in power, by their side are already those who have dedicated themselves to get there. That's why I always serve with all my heart. If there's someone willing to boldly make sacrifices even when loyal subjects hesitate, what would you do? Probably keep them by your side and make use of them. That's it. The use of them. That one opportunity. Demonconics.org becomes the reason to accept a defector. That's enough for the lecture. I, too, do not enjoy a life of betrayal. The reason I live as a defector is because there's no one worthy of such loyalty. But maybe Roman Dimitri. The capital of the empire, Alexander. So this is the empire. Follow me. That emblem. To have such spirit despite being the Seventh Night Order. Demonsiotics.org. You can tell just by the spirit. This man is stronger than Count Nicholas. His Imperial Majesty. The diplomatic mission has arrived. Am I now stepping into a realm beyond the heavens? The moment my tongue slips, I could die right here. This man is the Emperor of the Kronos Empire. The pressure makes it hard to breathe. No, I am Fabius of Cairo. Croc. My representative must have made it clear. Roman Dimitri was to come and offer his arm personally. But, I understand Cairo's stance. Cut off that man's arm and declare war outright. Emperor of Kronos. Cairo does not seek an all-out war. Afterwards, you may take my head or arm, if you wish. Please allow me a chance to speak. Remember the words you just uttered. If you fail to convince me, you will die right here. The speech starting now must convey Cairo's legitimacy and inform that the empire cannot move lightly in this situation. Carefully navigating his words without groveling or undermining the other's dignity, Fabius proceeds to emphasize that the Kronos Empire's rationale for intervening in the civil strife was insufficient and that 5 kingdoms, excluding Valhalla, agreed with Cairo's stance. Even if an alliance with the 6 kingdoms leads to a frontal war, Kronos Empire would emerge victorious. The problem lies in the aftermath. Exhausted Kronos would inevitably worry about war with Valhalla. Mentioning Valhalla to highlight an unavoidable concern. If the Kronos Empire still desires war in this scenario, then behead me. You've thought this through. In exchange for releasing the prisoners of Kronos, we will overlook this issue for now. Then, however, the treatment of Roman Dimitri is a separate matter. Every night, an assassin will seek out Roman Dimitri. Since my people were killed, what does that mean? As the Emperor of Kronos, I will exact the blood price from him. Did the Emperor of Kronos could it be? Not desire an all-out war with Cairo from the start, pushing Cairo into a corner to rescue Cairo the prisoners. By attempting to assassinate Roman, was the plan to restore the empire's prestige. And from now on, the likes of today's on comics. Or tricks will not work. I wanted to prove capabilities but I apologize. Well done. Excuse me. Did you anticipate it would turn out this way? The Kronos Empire has never bent to anyone else's will before. Their target was always me from the start. Are you really going to be alright? This is my problem to handle. Don't worry about it. The constant threat of assassination has always been part of Kianma Baekhyunghyuk's life. Let's see which ones they'll send this time. Emperor of Kronos. Count Gregory, you have upset the safety of our country by conspiring with the Kronos Empire. Do you admit to this? I do, but was wrong to do so. What did you just say? Was there anyone in this country that didn't know I was following the Kronos Empire? Pro-Kronos faction. You are far too shameless. Just by your admittance alone, that already makes you a traitor to the country. It seems you're the one who's greatly mistaken. If you kill me here, do you think the Kronos Empire will sit by and do nothing? The Emperor of the Kronos Empire has already warned of revenge in blood. Have you forgotten that? Just send me to the Kronos instead. Empire, wouldn't that be a safer decision? He's not wrong about that. Daniel Cairo wanted to execute all pro-Kronos members. But if he followed through, then the wrath of the Kronos Empire might grow and be directed towards Roman Dimitri. May I be allowed to say something? Azurascans.com, the Emperor of Kronos speak. Announced that I'll be paying the price of blood, but that is a separate matter from this. Unlike Count Fabio and Knight Captain Gustavo, Count Greg is way less insignificant. Since all the attention of Kronos is already on me, even if you execute him, it would not affect anything. From the moment we executed Benedict, the era of Cairo's peace has ended. Azurascans.com, You must make the decision for the future of Cairo. Roman Dimitri. I am greatly in your debt once again. The Cairo royal family will never forget Dimitri's devotion. Count Gregory, not only did you conspire with the Kronos Empire, you've smeared the honor of Cairo, your royal highness, but... Silence. To the traitor who brought danger to our country. I declare that you shall be executed. Kairos Plaza AzuresCans.com. I was so foolish. Instead of trying to win you over, I should have dealt with you as a threat to the empire. Pro Valhalla faction Count Denver. Roman Dimitri, it's not too late to swear your loyalty to the empire. Compared to the empire, you're a complete nobody. Gustavo. He's only rank 78 within the continent. Within Valhalla, there are countless stronger people that not even you would be able to ignore. Do you think you can handle those monsters? Even if your talks with the Kronos Empire are over, it's not over with Valhalla. Think wisely. If I lose my head here, your relationship with Valhalla will be sealed as well. I look forward to it. Kook. Fool, to think you'd make the two greatest powers on the continent your enemies. That was how the three factions of Cairo walked down the path of ruins. Count Vandenberg, the commander of the Western Front Line, you drove away the Kronos Empire when they attacked us and brought honor to Cairo. Qyrgy for that, I bestow upon you the title of Marquis along with your territory. AzuresCans.com. There are more heroes who risked their lives on the Western Front Line as they fought against the Empire. Baron Noel, Flora Lawrence, and Roman Dimitri have accomplished great things within this war. So, I shall raise each of your standings along with 1,000 gold each. We would never have won it. This is a war that was won thanks to Roman Dimitri. An appropriate reward must be given to him. 20 We can't AzuresCans.com do that. Dimitri's forces already have more power than the three factions. It'd be worrying if the Cairo royal family gives them any further power. While this is cruel, we must stop giving them more power. Don't be ridiculous. Have you forgotten how our kingdom was played for fools by those traitors? If we act like them and only focus on our own benefits, then the past will inevitably repeat itself. I agree. Roman Dimitri is not someone that Cairo can contain, since it's now known through the war that the Dimitri family has more power than Cairo. Instead of treating the Dimitris as a dukedom, it'd be more correct to treat them as an ally nation. With the same standing, I want to make good of this hard-earned opportunity we have. AzuresCans.com. I want to show the world a new Cairo. And so, on the day the Dimitris officially announce their dukedom, I, Daniel Cairo, will gladly congratulate the Dimitris. I declare the eastern region including the Dimitris as a dukedom. On this day, the territory that was once just a countryside, AzuresCans.com became the first territory of the Dimitris dukedom. He's really incredible. Not only did he get rid of the faction strife which was a long-time headache for Cairo, he even drove away the Kronos Empire. XX. Who could go up against Roman? Even the kings saw what Roman is capable of. But, just how strong is Roman right now? No one in the continent was able to achieve 5 stars at his age. Maybe, a swordsman of our kingdom might reach the top 50s for the first time in history. Maybe it's because what's happened has been unprecedented. All people on the continent, regardless of what nations they were from, talked about Roman, and even wandering minstrels sang about his achievements. AzuresCans.com. The more Roman was talked about, 1,000 the higher the status of the Dimitris soared into the skies. But the series of rumors didn't begin naturally, it started from a certain mansion in Kairos. The whole continent is starting to show reactions. Now, even places beyond Cairo shall know of Sir Roman. My lord, your plan was perfect. Keon, no, it's still not good enough yet. It took 2 years for a mere baron family to become the Dimitri dukedom. Our goal will be the whole continent. AzuresCans.com. Text for every single person in the continent to revere Roman Dimitri. For him to become the hero of the continent, we need to spread his achievements far and wide. Roman Dimitri. Meeting you is that once-in-a-lifetime heavenly opportunity. For me. Which is why you must climb even higher. Henry Albert, how has he lived his life so far? As he gathered people who are interested in what Roman does, XXXX Henry Albert's value also increased quite a fair bit. He's giving lectures in the Cairo Royal Academy, a place he wouldn't even dare to look at in the past. He also gained opportunities to teach children of reputable families. In his lectures, he receives tremendous reactions. The people in his household are proud of him and stopped worrying about money matters from a certain point. He obtained both wealth and fame. Thanks to you, I now see reality. It was thanks to the devotion of the heroes of Cairo on the southern front line that we were kept safe. How did we not know to be thankful for that? At that moment, too, Henry Albert had a eureka moment about life. The reason people are so obsessed with him. It was a simple reason. People wanted to see Roman Dimitri through me. Even though they don't know me that well, azurascans.com, they know that I've contacted the royal family on behalf of Sir Roman, and because of that, they think I'm someone great. It's not because they're stupid. If even the professor of the Royal Academy looks up to me, this must be the primitive instinct of humans. When one looks back on history, how did the names of heroes that are known all over the world gain such fame? It's because there were others like me who talked about their heroic deeds. The Dimitri territory. How many years has it been? Vol. Because of a newcomer's mistake, azurascans.com 21. I almost died for good. Ho, something like that really happened. After Sir Roman used a magic artifact to protect the pit, no one died after that. Haha, cheers for Sir Roman who saved my life. Cheers. Everyone is singing the praises of Roman. I no longer have a place among the Dimitris now. I've lost my way. I must now make my choice. To remain in the Dimitris or to depart for the West again. The reason I've called you two here is because of the succession of this family. As you two know, a few days from now, the Dimitris will become a dukedom, a new start for all of us. That means the responsibility and duties that falls upon our shoulders have become heavier. And so, I want to decide on the successor of the Dimitris here. Father, I'd like to say something first. I'd like to forfeit my rights to succession. I think that Roman is more suited to become the successor. azurascans.com. I'm making this decision for the sake of the Dimitris' future. So, please let me go. I'll need some time for myself. There was a time I thought that I had placed too much burden upon Rodwell. Because of how the Dimitris started as commoners, they would ramble on about how there's a limit to what we would amount to. So, when I saw Rodwell practicing with his sword frequently azurascans.com and was more exceptional than others, I thought that he might become the successor who could carry the future of the Dimitris on his shoulder. He was at the age where he should be acting like a child, but he had to take on the weight of my expectations. But today, for him who has lived for the Dimitris for the whole of his life, I was going to say that I can't allow him to become the successor. I feel sorry towards him, but I don't think my decision is wrong. For the sake of the future of everyone in the Dimitris, you becoming the successor would be the right choice. However, I want to ask you for a favor. Please tell me what that is. azurascans.com. Take care of your brother. He's lost a lot of things in his life. This is my last request to you who'll be succeeding the Dimitris. Yes, Father. Kook. www.p I missed again. I was definitely aiming for the head. Hi Saraskins.com, but when I swung my sword, what I aimed for was a little further than I thought. The difference in senses. Suff. You won't be able to take down your enemy that way. 000. Your body's movements have been formed by the long training you've had so far. Losing one of your eyes doesn't mean only your vision is affected. The sense of distance and error in information received. And then the fear that comes from them. Everything you've known has changed, but don't hang on to the fact that you've lost something. If you're able to make use of everything else, you'll be able to see a whole new world that you weren't able to see when you only relied on your eyesight. If you desire it, I'll help you achieve that. azurascans.com. Why should I listen to you? Why do I have to listen to my brother? Why do you care so much about me? You're already the successor. So, leave me alone. Beonia. Lodwell, Dimitri has now entered a new phase. We're disliked by Kronos and Valhalla, We never know what they might plot, and the Kingdom Alliance cannot be fully trusted until the end. That's why we must strengthen our own power to protect ourselves. So far, I have been able to handle everything on my own, but as time goes by, I'm bound to reach my limits. If the Empire leads its forces and attacks, I must go to the battlefield. Lodwell Dimitri. You are my brother and my kin.